work week is off to an excellent start as more oil found offshore Guyana, and head of state says bonds of blood and history unite Guyana and India. Welcome to InfoHub. It's Monday, January 27. It's 34 days to general elections and 27 days to our Golden Jubilee Republic anniversary. Thank you for joining us. Big news for Guyana, more oil found offshore, bringing the total discoveries to 19. Here's our first report. The new discovery was made northeast of the producing Liza field at the Uaru well on the Stabroek Block. In a release, the DOE highlighted that this new discovery, coupled with all other discoveries, brings the estimated resource for the Stabroek Block to more than 8 billion oil equivalent barrels. According to Dr. Mark Baino, the Cooperative Republic of Guyana welcomes this new discovery, which follows closely on the heels of the start of oil production on December 20, 2019. All Guyanese should welcome this new discovery and should begin to appreciate that the nation is on the cusp of major economic transformation and sustained development. The Department of Energy remains committed to working with its partners and ecosystem of agencies to ensure that the benefits from the sector, both direct and indirect, redound to every Guyanese. End of quote. The Uaru well encountered approximately 94 feet of high-quality oil-bearing sandstone reservoir. The well was drilled in 6,342 feet of water and is located approximately 10 miles northeast of the Liza field. Dr. Baino stated, the petroleum sector is already stimulating increased employment and expanded services, and we are expecting a ramping up of these benefits during the decade of development 2020 to 2029. Which is aimed at ensuring that the country's petroleum resources are utilized to improve citizens' quality of life and retaining greater value from the sector for Guyana and all Guyanese. End of quote. His Excellency David Granger, speaking at a reception in observance of the 70th Republic anniversary of India, said the two nations are united by bonds of blood and history. President Granger noted that the strengthening of cultural and economic ties since the establishment of diplomatic relations on May 26, 1966, has yielded mutual benefits for both nations. Remarking on the collaboration between Guyana and India in the fight against climate change, the President commended the Government of India on its proactive approach in the establishment of the International Solar Alliance, ISA, which focused on the mobilization of resources to produce cleaner and cost-effective renewable energy.
Guyana applauds India's leadership in promoting solar energy and technology to bring prosperity, energy security, and sustainable development to the peoples of the solar-rich countries in what I call the solar belt, tropical states, particularly in Africa, the Americas, and Asia.
With Guyana on the verge of transforming into a green state, the head of state noted that the partnership between the two countries moves Guyana closer to achieving this objective. High Commissioner of India to the Republic of Guyana, Dr. K. J. Srinivasa, in his remarks shared similar sentiments and highlighted the cordial relationship the two countries share.
The warmth in this relationship continues to grow, and we expect it to reach new heights in the near future.
The event was attended by Prime Minister the Honorable Moses Nagamutu, ministers and senior government officials, members of the diplomatic corps, and special guests. A $6.3 million regional dialysis center was officially commissioned at the New Amsterdam Regional Hospital at the weekend.
The establishment of the dialysis center was the result of an agreement the Public Health Ministry reached with the Dubai Medical Center to provide free dialysis services in Berbice. Minister of Public Health, Valda Lawrence, noted the financial impacts this will have on patients in the region.
Just to give you an idea of what pertained in terms of cost before this service came on stream, a patient average would be somewhere around $360,000 a month. That does not include transportation, overnighting, someone else going with them, and all the other things that they will need while out of the region. If we were to sum it up, we are looking at a patient paying some $4.3 million a year if they were to stick to their rigid sessions.
The center, which is equipped with 8 dialysis machines and trained staff, has been operational since the start of the year, and to date, 38 patients have accessed its free-of-cost service.
Our mandate remains service above self, and in everything we set out to do, we want to ensure that the residents of East Berbice Quarantine and its environs, Region 5 and Suriname, have access to the best possible level of service.
Meanwhile, a new outpatient unit was commissioned at the New Amsterdam Regional Hospital. In 2005, when the New Amsterdam Regional Hospital was commissioned, both outpatient and accident and emergency units were housed in the same space, with the same staff tending to 2 different types of patients. Medical Superintendent of the New Amsterdam Regional Hospital, Dr. Vasana Henry, outlined that this new unit will significantly reduce patient buildup, reducing the previously experienced waiting time in half. Also, the 2 departments can concentrate on their respective cases.
Patient turnover time is much faster. Patients are being seen, as I said before, at a much faster rate. The time that patients spend waiting at New Amsterdam Hospital is also significantly reduced. Our environment and the establishment of our outpatient department provide a more conducive area for health promotion and health education. So our doctors and our nurses have more time to educate our residents, not only in Region 6, but in Region 5.
The outpatient department is adequately staffed with 8 medical personnel who will extend the service 6 days a week. Meanwhile, the accident and emergency unit will continue to function on a 24-hour basis. For InfoHub, Delicia Haynes.
Still in the health sector, efforts will be made to further improve service delivery at the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation 2020 and beyond. This assurance was given following a walk through the facility by Minister of Public Health, the Honorable Valda Lawrence.
Minister Lawrence visited the infectious diseases and medical outpatient departments and the accident and emergency unit. She also checked on the progress of the expansion of the maternity unit.
It was good to be there. We were able to attest to some of the things that the staff raised at that meeting. And so we will be working now assiduously to address some of those concerns as much as we can without a budget. We are looking at a few things. We are looking at the physical building, the space which they're operating in. We're looking at the standard operating procedures for the accident and emergency department. And also we looked at the human resource and the flow of patients.
According to the Permanent Secretary of the Public Health Ministry, Colette Adams, some matters will be addressed immediately, while others are in the pipeline.
There are some basic things that are needed that we will send today, like the chairs that the inspectors want. Those will come at the end of the day. They will have those chairs, as along with a bed at the filaria department. They will have that. Those were purchased in the 2019 budget.
Chief Executive Officer of the Tertiary Health Facility, Brigadier Retired George Lewis, expressed gratitude for the visit by Minister Lawrence and her team.
I think Minister's visit is timely. During her visit, she did get to interact with the staff, and at the same time, she did get to see our physical facilities and the number of challenges which we face. We did also have the opportunity to brief her on some of the plans that we have to remedy this situation. And I think generally her visit here marks or gives us the opportunity to share our ideas.
This is the first of quarterly visits to the Georgetown Public Hospital and other health facilities slated for this year and beyond. For InfoHub, Delicia Haynes.
When the news returns, media personnel benefit from 2-day elections training, and annual regional Mashramani competitions off to an exciting start. Details of these stories and more after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. A 2-day training exercise to prepare media personnel for the upcoming general and regional elections wrapped up on Sunday.
Sunday's activities featured discussions on media ethics during elections, defamation, libel, political coverage, social media, and disinformation. The latter was facilitated by veteran Trinidadian journalist Wesley Gibbings.
My long suggestion for a long-term solution to all of this thing about so-called fake news and disinformation, the long-term view on this, I think people, governments, and civil society to pay attention to that critical thinking skills need to be an integral part of how we operate in our societies. And media literacy, digital literacy needs to be part of, to be more pervasive in our society so that people apply critical thinking skills to the things that they come across, both in mainstream media and in social media.
Jamaican journalist and attorney-at-law Dion Jackson Miller's interactive discussion focused on elections, media coverage, vis-a-vis lessons from Jamaica and defamation.
When I first started with media, and it's not as far as it might sound, but at that time we didn't have, cell phones weren't in everybody's hands. So if something broke when you were on the road, you would kind of walk along, look for a house that had telephone, because again, not everywhere did. Then you would go in, show your ID, hi, I'm with RJR, I'm with Radio Jamaica, and that alone would give you a passport to use their phone to call in your story. Everything has changed.
The first day featured presentations by Chairman of the Guyana Elections Commission, Justice Claudette Singh, retired, Chief Elections Officer Keith Lowenfield, Public Relations Officer Yolanda Ward, Legal Officer Excellence Dazzle, veteran journalist Dennis Chabrol, American author Michael Dibert, and U.S. Ambassador Sarah Ann Lynch. The exercise was a Guyana Press Association AmCham collaboration, the latter an organization that works to foster commercial relations between Guyana and the United States. Paul McAdam for InfoHub.
The National Cultural Center was today bursting with excitement as students, parents, and teachers enjoyed what marked the opening of the annual regional Mashramani competitions.
Calypso, soca, masquerade, diverse ethnicities, these are all things that make us Guyanese, and Mashramani brings these out every year. This year will be no different as the National Cultural Center got heated on Monday at the opening of the Children's Regional Mashramani competition for Region 4. Take a peek at this crowd pleaser titled Supplication of a Child under the category Religious Belief. District Education Officer Sherwin Blackman told InfoHub that this year's competition will see a special addition to the program in response to violence in schools.
Well, since it's our 50th, we have a case where we have a new addition to our program this year, which is the jingle competition. And of course, that is as a result of our intervention from our Minister, Dr. the Honorable Nicolette Henry, where the jingle competition focuses heavily on the violence that we have in schools.
More than 20 schools performed at the opening. In total, 66 schools, both government and private, are expected to participate in this year's competition. For InfoHub, Ayana George.
Last evening's rehearsals of the Junior Calypso and Soca competition contestants caused quite a stir at the Kitty Sewall bandstand, with onlookers applauding following the excellent performances.
For first-timer 18-year-old Omaya Hall, student of University of Guyana, her entry to the competition was encouraged by friends and family. This is due to her singing ability and a way to work a crowd, a much-needed ability to win the competition.
I have a history of singing. I grew up in church, like most singers. We grew up in church choir. Then I attended Success Elementary, actually, and Mr. Wilfred Success, he brought the soloist out in me.
Omaya will compete in both the Calypso and Soca competitions with her songs titled How Come and Proud of Who I Am, respectively.
This song speaks about the questions that me as a young person want to be answered because we're coming up to election season. It's my first year voting, so I had to do a lot of intense research, a lot of these things, because I don't want to just vote for voting's sake. I need to know what I'm voting for. This song speaks a lot to me because we're coming into our 50th year as a Republic nation, and I'm very excited because I would like to contribute to this golden jubilee, to this golden era, and leave Omaya Hall's name right down there in history with all of these other amazing artists.
17-year-old Roland Subner, who is visually impaired, is another first-timer in the junior soca competition. Has a point to prove with his song titled Celebrating.
Long time I used to sit down at home watching it, you know, and I just decided to join it this year, and I'm visually impaired also, so I'm doing it for every person with disability.
Roland said that while he is confident about his placement, this year's competition is stiff. The contestants of the Junior Calypso and Soca competitions will be competing on February 1st in Region 9. For InfoHub, Neil Damon.
As we prepare for Elections Day on March 2, if you haven't done so as yet, check to ensure your name is on the revised list of electors. Voting is your democratic right. That's all for today. Connect with us on all our social media platforms, including WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Much more news is on our website, dpi.gov.gy. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. Goodbye for now.